What do YouTube? It's your boy Sherry Speaks. I want to talk to you guys tonight about the episode of Supergirl, The Darkest Place. And man, tonight got dark as fuck. I say that because, as we all knew, a couple weeks ago we got word that Cyborg Superman was gonna make a cameo, and he did. Taking off against Cara, and he won for the most part. I'm not gonna lie, he manhandled her ass. Now I will say, I didn't expect the guy that played Sean to be Cyborg Superman. I thought maybe Tyler Hoechlin was gonna come in there, and play that part. Ooh, and at first I didn't know who the hell this guy was. So as I was thinking, okay, well, first of all, I know Sean stole his body, so that's a good reason. That's why he was pissed off in there in the first place, and that actually turned out to be true. He was mad because Sean took his body, and it turns out the guy, his name is Hank Herschel. And he said, no, Hank Herschel is no longer, and is no longer. This is to call me Cyborg Superman. Thanks to Cadmus, who pimped this motherfucker out. Now he's alive again. And as you saw at the end of the episode, he went to Krypton, and he went to one of the caves, and he took Kara's blood. And I think the reason they took Kara's blood is to start that alien invasion. If you don't know, next week is going to start the four-part series of Heroes versus Aliens. That's when Supergirl, the Flash, Arrow, the Green Arrow, and the Days of Legends of Tomorrow all team up to take on aliens, and I cannot wait for that. So expect a review from that as well. Believe that, and I believe that's I really do believe that's like the start of either that or the next episode after that. Actually, yeah, next week starts the part four crossover. So yeah, I believe that's the start of the crossover. Yeah, because the next week's episode is titled Medusa. And as a matter of fact, if you heard him at the cave, he said, "Tell me what you know about the project named as Medusa." Now, those you don't know, Medusa, if you're familiar with mythology, Medusa is this sick woman who can, with just one glance at her, with a head full of snakes, can turn you to stone. So I don't know. I guess there's some correlation between there and that, And also throughout the episode, we see a guardian's name begin to become tainted because a vigilante starts to kill people, to avenge this out of the ordinary. He thinks that the guy comes to be known as Philip Karnowski, a former SEAL, did three tours. The reason why he was killing people was because his wife was killed by one of the people that he killed, and that's understandable. You kill a man's wife, man, you're gonna be defeated in retribution. Case in point. And so it turns out, he looks at James and said, "I thought me and you were on the same side. This was the first encounter between the vigilante and James." And he says, "I thought we were on the same side." And he said, "Well, first of all, Philip, I lost my father, so I feel your pain there. Also, you wouldn't be honoring his legacy by killing these people. You would be destroying it." And he's right. Anytime a loved person of yours, of course you're stricken over with grief and anger and all those emotions that could easily get you in a lot of trouble. And that talked him down, I guess. And then he was arrested. And then also, Mon-El was captured, as we saw in the last week's episode. Mon-El was captured and taken to Cadmus. Turns out, Lena, I'm sorry, I'll just call her Lex Luthor's mom because I don't really recall the bitch's name at the moment. Sorry for the language. And it turns out she kidnapped Mon-El to run more experiments. She's basically the human Orochimaru of Metropolis. Okay, that's the best way I can describe her. And I'm sorry, of Keystone City. I'm sorry. And it's just really funny to see, I don't know, that analogy right there just really made me laugh. Sorry, but yeah, she was just trying to run experiments on Mon-El and Supergirl. So in order to save Mon-El's life, she decides to put on this little helmet to suck away her heat vision. And as she explained, without your heat vision, you basically turn mortal, basically, for a little while. And she did that to save Mon-El's life because she put a bullet in the nigga's knee. And Mon-El didn't want that, of course. They all thought they were gonna die. She told Mon-El, "If I don't make it, tell Alex to live the life as she pleases." And he said, "Well, you can just tell everybody else that I was scared as hell." But when it looked like everything was going to hell, as we expected, someone came to save the day. And who else? Jeremiah. Now, those who don't know who Jeremiah is, he is the biological father of Alex and the stepfather of Cara. And they all thought that he died. Now, it turns out also he's been there for 15 years. You even see Alex trying to go see her father, go to the same exact area in which he was there, and she couldn't find him. So it looks like he'll always be nearby, or hopefully in the future they reconnect, they reconcile, and they link back up. I hope for the best. I really do. And Wayne, I'm mad as hell at you for snitching. Of course, as Alex said, and I quote, they're bound to find out the identity of the Guardian. Fucking snitch, Wayne. Damn. But also, while Mon-El was rushing up at Cara in Alex's place, he's thinking about. I think he's catching feelings for Cara. After that near-death experience, he summons a lot of feelings and emotions. And I think James is a little jealous right there. If we didn't look at him, I'm like, oh shit, James, are you a little jealous, bro? That Mon-El's moving up on your girl, or ex-girl, whatever you want to call it. But that's all I gotta say about this. Stay tuned for next week's episode, Medusa. That starts the Heroes vs. Aliens crossover, 4 parts, 4 episodes, 4 shows, and I will definitely be reviewing each damn episode. Believe that. This is your boy Chipper Streets. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Comment what you guys think about this video. Tell me guys what you think is gonna happen in the next week's episode with the crossover and such. I love y'all, man. One love.